Look, today's value or principle comes from Paul in Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. And I made this one October 1st, 2020. So Paul in Corinthians says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Oof. There's a lot of points in this one that I want to dissect, analyze. So, I think the first one, we'll just start at the first one I thought of, lawful unto me. You know, in the world we live in, like, you're like, what? All things are lawful? No, some stuff is illegal. But then you really think about it. And I have to think about it for myself personally. I am my own highest judge. Others can judge me, but I would not have done something to be judged by others unless I deemed it to be lawful unto me, as Paul so poetically puts it. All things are lawful unto me, because if what makes us different and what makes me different from other people are my decisions, and not just the things I do with my body or my actions, but even the words I choose, even the pitch of my voice, even the hand gestures and the movements. All of those things are my decisions, because I have the capacity to choose what will I do or say in this instant, in this moment, in this situation, with this thing, and words and ideas are things. So, but all things are not expedient. And like when I hear that word expedient, I'm like, where are you going? Expedient kind of sounds like speed. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, all right, okay, so life is, maybe you're talking about the journey that, you know, is this thing going to speed me up, increase my speed on my journey, which I guess Paul believes that it's better to move faster, which I think most people agree. The speed at which things are done like means that more things occur, which for most people, that's probably a good thing. More good things. What's getting me closer, right? Bringing it closer to me, what's expediting it. But see, what he's saying is not all things are expedient. Some things slow us down, some things weigh us down, some things burden us, some things send us in the wrong direction or onto the wrong path, and they're not expedient for me, for us, in our existence. E words, EX words, expedient existence. Exercises. All things are lawful for me. Okay, now that's where I want to pause. 2 and 4. Okay, so semantically wise, 2 is half of 4. But I also think that 2 is regarding things which are just including ourselves. 4 is regarding things which include a relationship of sorts, whether it's another person or the community, or no. 2 would involve, like when I scratched out that thought regarding 2 and ourself. 2 revolves around our me, our. singular. For involves a relationship, whether it's a relationship with ourself or another person or community, world, God. So to me and for me are different because two is singular, four is involving me and myself. So all things are lawful for me. And so what that means is the things that are out there, I can bring in for me. Like I'm gathering resources for future use. Or something to do with like something external to do with some later date and time thing, experience, whatever. But I will not be brought under the power of any. So I really feel like you have to be under the power of some things. Like, yeah, like gravity, right? Or, or God. So I will not be brought under the power of any. And what that's saying is like certain things may try to have you come under their power. You will not, though, because any could be fill in the blank. And that is because although it may be lawful for you to be brought under the power, because if you're under the power of something, that means you're under its laws. The law is the highest form of, the law is the highest. That's why, Lord and law come from the same root word. The law is the highest. So you will not be brought under the power of any thing or law or whatever, but the things that are expedient and lawful for me and unto me. So let me read it again. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. And when he said willing, he said, I will. That's the decision-making capacity. What you will do, what you won't do, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. We as people have willpower, like I will say this, or I will wear this, or I have free will to do as I please. I think will is a very powerful word. And my last name is Wilson. So Wilson. So I think what Paul is saying here is that there's a lot of things that they in themselves may want you to be under their own power. And if you choose that, it's lawful unto you, but it may not be expedient. So those are things you won't do. And ultimately, I think eventually as we change through life, there's certain things that we are under the power of for that time. But again, time is always changing. So time is also a thing. So I think what Paul is showing here is that he has discernment. He's able to discern what is expedient for him and what is what he will be brought under the power of. Yeah. So, yeah, we showed some great discernment here. Not just any, but he chose the word expedient. Choosing expedient required him to express discernment and an awareness of what is lawful. And that even if it may be said to be unlawful, if it is unto him, he has deemed it as being lawful through his own discernment, through his own judgment, through his own decisions. And all things are. Period. However, he will not be brought under the power of any. So I'll read it again. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul, Corinthians 6:12. Yours truly, Kamnran Wilson. Farewell.